Previously on the Salted Dice. Alone at one of the booths is a skeleton-thin woman. In the doorway is a grizzled-looking man holding a large butcher's knife. His eyes do not look like human eyes. They are completely black, and he sprints directly at her.
I'd like to kick some ass.
You got a 3. This guy grabs you mid-charge and leads you out the window.
Could I put my hand to his head and I want to try to use magic? I rolled a 5.
He turns and throws you through the same window.
58, just throw that fucker to the ground.
58 WWE slams him and he is dead. Kelsey, you actually recognize a spirit just kind of pop out of the attacker's chest. It just kind of slowly drifts out the door.
I rip my fate-flavored cotton. I gasp, because what I saw was the shocking sight of an old woman being hit by a car. I turn to 58, and I tell him, go.
He goes charging towards the old woman, pulling her out of the way just in time. Saw a car speed off the road, kind of towards the old lady, in the nice clothing. By old, how old is she? I guess I don't even. This wasn't my decision, so I'm asking you.
I don't know. I don't know how, because like I think it's one of those things where when you look at a person, you don't necessarily know their age, but you can say, oh, they're old or young. You know, like.
I'm gonna say late 60s.
As part of your what do you call it? Your faction? What is your
my secret society? My secret sect?
Yes, your sect.
My super secret
your
sect.
That's the one. Like, as a part of your sect, do you have a concept of age? Like, does that come into consideration at all?
A concept of age?
Yeah, I mean, hasn't the sect been around forever?
Yeah, but people can die. Like it's people aren't immortal in the sect. They're just So yeah, age exists.
Because you're still human, right? Or are you?
Yeah.
You're human. Okay, I was getting confused because 52 is not.
58.
58 is not
an AI creation.
Actually, you know what? I think you can call me a cyborg, maybe. Like, because like I have an enhancement, right? I have the chip in my brain that allows me to do that weird. Like, I think that falls in line with like cybernetic enhancements.
I also want to say you have not established whether or not you have other cybernetic enhancements. Like, you haven't ruled that out.
I think that is the only one, at least in my mind so far. Like, I don't think my body really has a lot more, but like I consider that to be to be able to make me a cyborg. And like, I don't know, I like the idea of like cyborgs not necessarily having to be this like superhuman, like, you know, super robotic humanoid, but like more of a sort of
highly
like
intelligent.
Yeah, like maybe if you get like a prosthetic arm, maybe that could make you a cyborg in a way, you know, like stuff like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I like the idea of like cyborg not necessarily being a like. Yeah. It's just sort of like a cybernetic, just enhancement overall cover. I don't know. I don't know if that falls in line with your definitions of the world, but
this is the world that we're all creating. So I think you said that, and unless someone opposes that, I think that's canon.
I was just asking to clarify because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no, and that's good. I think that works. All right. You all just saw the car fly off the road. 58 just barely saved the woman, who she looks like she, from the force of being picked up so speedily by a giant mechanical thing, she looks pretty much passed out and limp in 58's arms, but she does appear to be no more injured than when she stumbled out of the cafe. All of you saw this. What do you do?
I think right after I see that, I breathe a sigh of relief, and my body gives in to just all the shock and exhaustion and injury that it took, and I just lay down and pass out.
Do I see that happen?
Yeah.
He's like passed out. Can someone help him?
The medic who was loading 32 into the ambulance finally pulls his gaze away from the car crash and says, "Oh God!" And then kind of hops into the vehicle and just goes to check up on 32, while his partner goes sprinting towards the absolute wreck of a car. Is anyone else doing anything?
I'll walk towards the car.
Okay.
Is there anything?
As the medic approaches the car, crawling out of the back seat is an older man who he's bleeding from his head, but he does appear to be moving just fine on his own. Clearly a little shaken from the impact. He climbs out of the back seat and kind of stands up, a little dazed. And as you approach, you notice two things. One thing that you notice is that this car is one of the self-driving cars that came out recently and have just become popular. And they've been around for a while, but they just became kind of consumer-friendly. And the other thing you notice is that that spirit that you saw walk out of the cafe is currently still inside the car itself.
Oh.
The medic kind of grabs the older man's arm and kind of looks him over real quick and then begins to walk him towards the ambulance where 32 is currently being taken care of. And Kelsey, you are alone with the car.
Would the spirit count as a monster or minion?
I think monster, sure.
Okay, cool. I want to tune in.
Okay.
You can attune your mind to a monster or minion. Roll plus weird. On a 10 plus, hold 3. 7 to 9, hold 1. On a miss, the monster becomes aware of you. And then I have a list of 5 questions that I can ask.
All right. First roll of the game. Let's do it.
Hey, yo.
Oh, boy.
Hey.
6.
Right.
Well, plus weird.
So it's a 6 plus, so it's an 8.
All right.
So I hold 1.
All right.
So do you want me to read the list of questions?
I think you can just pick the question. I think that's...
Sure.
Unless you want people's opinion.
No, I will ask, what is it planning to do right now?
Okay. What's it look like when you tune your mind into this thing? Because Kelsey, you've been able to do this type of thing for a while.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so it doesn't really look like, if anything, her eyes just go kind of glassy. And she's
Okay.
a pretty, like, still person, so she just goes a little more still. But it's not, to someone who doesn't know her very well, it's not noticeable.
When you kind of connect to this spirit in the vehicle, you can tell that it is currently kind of assessing almost the health of the car, because it is planning, or it was planning on attacking the woman again. But just right as you connect to it, it is beginning to realize that it is beginning to realize that the vehicle is not going to be able to drive quick enough, so it is about to leave this area and leave the car behind.
Okay. Huh. And the woman is, like, passed out.
Yes, 58 is currently marching back to the ambulance with the woman in his arms.
I think I'll just kind of keep in sight of the spirit and just kind of see what it does next if it doesn't seem like it's going to attack the old woman.
Okay, yeah. 58 makes his way back to the ambulance, and the other medic brings the older man over and kind of sits him down and begins to look him over and kind of look at that wound on the top of his forehead. And you watch as the spirit kind of just pulls itself out of the passenger door of this vehicle, in kind of the back part of the cab, and again it's just kind of floating there, much like you saw it in the cafe, and it kind of hovers there for a moment and then begins to float quickly away down the street.
I'm going to follow it.
Okay. When you do that, well, first of all, to everyone else, it looks like Kelsey is just leaving, but you have to jog to keep up with it because it's moving pretty quickly. And when it notices you, it takes a quick right turn through a closed door into a shop.
And the shop is closed?
The shop is closed.
All right. I'm just going to keep jogging past and pretend I was just jogging.
Oh, Joan sees her jogging and tries to catch up.
She catches up.
Oh, man, what did you say your name was? You know, you're a quick one. We should start running sometimes. You know, it's great conditioning for lacrosse. Have you ever considered playing lacrosse? Like I said, you're pretty quick.
She's like jogging faster now.
No, but really, what's your name? That was some crazy stuff that happened back there.
My name's Kelsey. Kelsey Brighthammer. What's your name?
Oh, I'm Jones, Vanessa Jones, but everybody calls me Jones. So.
Okay.
Are we still jogging? Have we slowed down at all?
Yeah, she's.
Okay, I guess I just want to, like, as genuinely as possible, be like, so that was crazy what happened back there. Like, what happened? Did you see anything that I didn't?
No, I did not see anything that you didn't. Totally.
Oh, well, okay.
I mean, it's like weird that like some guy with a knife just came out, but I've heard that like eating too much pork can like really mess with your mind. So like, I don't know. I feel like in a diner like that, like you just can't like trust people who get all the food from there.
Yeah, what was it they said about not trusting pigs? That was supposed to be a political reference, but it really didn't come off how I intended.
No,
it.
I heard every word of it. God.
But, okay, you're not giving me anything, man. I just want to be your friend. I don't even mean that as if she's saying it. I just mean, like, that was my intent.
Keep in mind that Kelsey has -1 to charm and cool.
Oh, that's right. That's very unfortunate. You poor thing.
I know.
You know, I like you. I think we should be friends. Can we be friends? Brighthammer? I'm going to call you Brighthammer. That's a cool last name. Everybody goes by their last name on the team.
And what team am I? Did you just put me? I didn't sign up for like a team. Like
yeah, you're on my team now. I mean, I'm on your team. We're on a team.
Okay. Like.
No,
why
it's
are
okay.
You, like
it's just
following me?
Oh no, I saw you jogging off pretty suddenly, so I wanted to make sure you were okay.
Oh, I'm like good.
Okay, well,
thanks.
Did you get anything to eat while we were there? I mean, some crazy shit went down, but did you eat? Did you have breakfast?
I had breakfast. I'm currently looking up Valley Girl slang, so just give me a minute.
Oh no. You're fine.
Commit to the bit. I love it.
You can like take a gel pill. Like I'm good. But thanks for like the concern. I'm gonna go home because I don't really want to go anywhere else where there might be people with butcher knives. But like, I guess you can follow me. Like, whatever.
I mean, I'll give you your space, but we're friends now, okay, Brighthammer? You're on my team.
All right.
And then do you just jog away? Do we just
End it.
Yeah.
That was a really uncomfortable conversation.
You guys just watched You watched someone die and you just fucking jogged away?
I was following. I was
To
following
everyone
the spirit.
else.
Okay, to be fair, Jones has no idea what just went down because she doesn't know about monsters, but she saw this. She does know about friends, though, and she saw this young girl in need running away from a traumatizing experience, so she went to check up on her. I will defend Jones to my grave.
Okay.
I have an important question.
What's up?
Is Jones hot?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Okay.
I'm really...
Yeah. So there's this.
Oh, go for it. I was going to describe her.
Ooh, no, please go ahead.
Okay,
Yes.
I was picturing her, like, pretty tall and, like, really good arms and, like, medium, like, gold tan skin and freckles and then, like, curly brown hair. That's, like, kind of long and pretty frizzy, but, like, in a cute way.
Did you say really good arms?
Yeah, I
She's
did.
buff.
Yo, Dominic, you can have good, sexy arms. All right, like,
On second thought, I retract that statement. You saying that just makes me believe that. So I'm not gonna
Wait. Hold on. I need this to happen. Dominic, you have good arms. You just don't. That's why you don't get it. You don't get the concept of people not having good arms.
Yeah, that's what it is. Is this not a thing that everyone is aware
also,
of?
To be fair, I mean, like, you can see, like, muscle, which is actually, I don't know. I feel like it is less common for you to be able to see women's biceps. Like, it is less often
That's true.
seen than on men. So that's, like, what I meant by good arms.
I
that's
don't
good
know.
arms.
Have you ever been
I
to a
got
women's
it. I
bodybuilding
gotcha.
championship? It's pretty crazy. It's there.
Jess,
Everyone has.
Jess, you don't need to explain good arms to anyone. I got you.
Apparently, I needed to Dominic.
Okay, so while
hold on.
while Kelsey,
Wait, I want to defend Kelsey's actions for a second.
okay, you were following a spirit. I get it. What's up?
Yeah, so I was following a spirit, and then some hot girl just jogged up to her and was like, "Hey, we're friends." And Kelsey's like, "Oh my god, oh my god,"
She is
Oh my
17.
God.
Yeah.
because she's 17 years old. So that's her reaction. She's just like, "I don't know what to do in this situation,
Someone's gonna
but my
leave."
body's running."
I do have one question. Did anyone call the cops?
I mean, I assume
Presumably, yeah.
the medics showed up, so I would have assumed cops would have showed
Presumably
up.
someone else in the diner,
Yeah,
Called.
we'll just let him.
right?
We'll just
Like
let
the
him take it.
manager.
I believe the
probably
lady
do.
at the cash register called.
Yeah, don't they have a button? Or is that just in gas stations?
No, in the future, everyone has a button all the
Okay.
time.
Yeah, it
It's
doesn't
like
necessarily.
Life Alert, but for the police.
It's just
Yeah.
a button. Not like I can tell you what it
Yeah,
does.
yeah. Not all buttons like fucking call cops. We're not all narcs.
Yeah, this isn't 2019 anymore.
Wait, what year
Sick
is
burn.
it? Have we
I
established
don't know. What year is
that?
it? Someone say a number. This is a different universe, kinda. So just give me a number. What's up?
82.
52?
82.
I feel like if it's that close, you got it. Like what? 82
I
years
said
since when?
82.
I know. Hey.
Oh.
Jesus.
I know.
What happened
Hey,
82 years ago? Because presumably people were alive before then.
I would hope so.
Well, I just gave you two. I thought you were going to tack on like two numbers in front of it. So
Oh no.
Hey,
What
I'd
if
like to
it's-
do something actually.
What is it?
I'd like to investigate a mystery. I'd like
Are
to
you
know
so-
what's
are you
happening.
so-
Wait.
It's trying to make sense.
Hold on. Are you trying to play the game?
You know,
Not
I'm not-
allowed.
Play Monster of the Week?
Get the fuck out of this call.
we don't do that here.
You know, I thought about not saying it, but it was too good to be true, and I just need to
I
do it
will.
now. So investigate a mystery.
You can. Here, I'll give you two options. You can investigate a mystery, or you can
Kicksmass.
also wait, but you can also use your dark past move, where you troll through your memories to see if you've experienced something related.
Ooh, that's cool.
And that is,
You can wait to do that. You can.
that is why you're running the game, my friend.
No. This is a Charlie decision.
Let's see. Give me like 1 second to not freak out and think about this.
Okay.
Pressure's on.
on the dark past kind of assumes you know what the creature is, which I don't know if Charlie would necessarily yet, but you might.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do. You know what? You suggested it, and if there's anything I've learned, is to trust my helpful guide.
I almost killed everyone last game, but okay.
No, that was myself. That was self-inflicted.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's do this again. Okay. So I'm going to definitely do that and roll in Dark Past.
Do it. +1.
+1. So 2d6. I got 10. That's good. Hey, that's
good.
not like my
Nice.
last rolls.
Hey, complete
No.
success.
On 10 plus, ask to keep 2 questions from the list below. Okay. 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 Do I know anyone? Wait.
No.
When I dealt, do I know anyone? No.
Ends game.
Ends game. Yeah. Okay, when I deal with this creature or one of its kinds, what did I learn? Or when I dealt,
Okay.
I can't speak English.
Yeah, no, I get you. This is not the first time you've seen something like this happen, where a seemingly innocent person does something shocking and violent out of nowhere. In fact, you've looked into this in the past. It's not new. You've seen this a couple of years ago. And what you learned is that it can happen to seemingly anyone, and the only thing that stops it is shielding spells or magical trinkets that can try and keep spirits away. But that's it. It can happen to anyone.
Which leads me to my very next question. Oh gracious DM. Do I know who can help us right now?
Yeah, and I think you and I are gonna have to talk a little bit, because immediately who comes to mind to Charlie is the person who taught you everything you know.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you, who is that, or do you not want to reveal that and just keep that to yourself for now?
No, man, let's full disclosure. Let's go for it.
Okay. How did Charlie learn what Charlie knows? Because you're the expert. You are the expert of this game.
Apparently. Dominic is still in unclear, but Charlie, okay, that guy, one of a kind. Charlie would have learned this from somebody who works in the shadows, somebody who's not necessarily the most sociable person.
Okay.
Probably a very one-on-one kind of relationship, like Frodo and Samwise.
So you learned this from Frodo.
I learned this from Frodo.
Really appreciate
Okay.
you using Samwise instead of Sam.
I'm always Sam.
It's like you're.
Samwise
It's
the
like
Brave.
you're respectful, and I appreciate that.
He's
That's what I appreciate about you, Dominic.
he's such a cutie too.
Why don't you take it about 10% down there, bud?
So you learned this from someone in the shadows, one-on-one.
Yes.
Is that all you're going to reveal right now? Because that's okay.
That's all I'm going to reveal right now.
That's the person that came to mind
Yes.
with who can help with this.
Yes.
Okay. That's your 2 questions, I believe, right? Yeah.
Okay, so I know someone that I could go to for information about this event that just transpired.
Yes, and you also know that anyone is perceptible to what happened to that cook, unless they have taken the necessary magical precautions against it.
Okay, I'll take that.
And I will say this, as you are kind of realizing that, 58 walks by holding the woman in his arms, and you see that she is wearing a necklace that looks awful familiar to you, as it has the necessary components on it to ward off this particular type of being.
Is she conscious?
She is not conscious. 32, I think you've woken up in the back of the ambulance. They're packing you up, getting ready to take you to
Amazon.
Southwell Hospital.
All right, cool.
58 is back with you, and they're currently looking over the woman and actually getting ready to take her as well with you.
I look and I guess I smile and I sort of gesture to 58 and I say, thank you. Good job.
58. What does 58's face look like? Like, can 58 smile?
Yeah, 58.
Are you capable of joy?
58 has some cogs in there that can twist the mouth. 58 can do a smile.
Okay, yeah. 58 smiles at you, and doesn't say anything, but does sit down on the little bench next to you in the back of the vehicle.
And then I reach into my pocket and I pull out a small sort of a key card, but it's blank, and I hold on. Hold on one sec. I need to come up with something. I wipe my finger on the side of the card, and then nothing happens. and then I sort of like roll my eyes and I try again. Just sort of like I take my index finger from one side of the key card and I just wipe it to the other side, and nothing happens again. And I sort of like just curse under my breath. Then I try it one more time, and sort of as if you can imagine the camera is looking at the key card with my finger. As this time, as my finger is sliding across the card, you see an image start to like appear, and it's going like it's almost like it's loading off of my finger, like when you had to download an image back when internet was real bad. Yeah, and it slowly sort of uncovers a like an ID card, like a civil ID card, that also can function as health insurance. For
Are we not standardized yet?
Are we? I don't know. We can make it. We can have it be a better society than today if y'all want.
I hope so.
All right.
I hope so, too.
It's just a civil ID card then.
But,
The health insurance is sort of not a thing anymore.
It might be like a thing where you have to be like from that country
Yeah.
to get that.
Or even like almost using it as like I went and got these services done just as like records, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the ID card of someone named Salim El Hanan pops up, and it has my image, my face on it.
Okay. The medic takes it from you and says, thanks, and swipes it in his little handheld device, little screen thing with a slot on the left side of it, and goes over to the woman who is still unconscious, and kind of gets a thumbs up from his partner, and he carefully puts on his gloves, which he had to change because they had blood on him, and reaches into her pockets and finds her wallet, and finds her card and scans it as well. And 32, and I guess 58 as well, when he opens the wallet, you notice a shiny golden badge in it.
Ooh.
But you do not catch a name from it, and he carefully puts the card back and places it back in her pocket. And he sticks his head out the back door and looks at Charlie. And actually, Jones, did you come back at all, or did you just keep going?
I probably came back to the scene, but I wouldn't say I'm like involved. I'm just nearby. This just kind of put a damper in my plans.
Plans to watch lacrosse all day?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anywhere else to go. They're the only place that plays lacrosse. So I just kind of head back and wait for things to clear up.
The medic sticks his head out. Whoa. The medic has two heads. The medic sticks his head out just as the police vehicles arrive.
Is that canon? I need to know.
We gotta be free for all those fan artists out there.
Yeah, all of them.
all none of them.
And he says, anyone else need a lift to the hospital? Okay, I'll take silence as a no. And he closes the door and kind of past the side of it, and it pulls back out onto the road and heads towards the hospital. Charlie and Jones, you see quite a few officers get out of the vehicles with their lights and sirens going. They turn the sirens off and they quickly go into the cafe and take a quick look at the very clearly dead cook, and then begin to talk to people inside. Kelsey, where did you go?
What's the timeline on this? Like, this is all happening pretty quickly.
The game started around
Right.
8 a.m. I think you probably left around... It was pretty immediate, so I'm going to say around 8:15.
Yeah.
So that's when you started the runaway.
I'll loop back around. I'll keep jogging for a bit and then like go up a block and go back. Just just go back to the scene because she is just going to continue the rest of her day. She probably texts her sister
Okay.
what happened, but
And Charlie and Jones, what are you doing? The police are beginning to question people around and take photos of what happened.
I think I'd be patiently stationed outside where I've been after the ambulance patched me up. Do I see Kelsey come back?
Kelsey, were you trying to be sneaky about it?
no, I was just going to grab another table. So like,
Oh,
'Cause
then yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I'm not trying to be sneaking weird about it.
then I'll say I'll probably like start to approach her. And I have a feeling Charlie is also about to start to approach her.
No, I've started to approach her. That's
Oh
how I would
boy.
describe that.
Okay. Are we both approaching?
Yes, I would definitely approach. Okay, so I think I would kind of follow Kelsey's lead at this point. So Kelsey, go ahead and say how you would act, and then I'll follow whatever you do. Like I'll react to what you do.
All right. Well, she was like, her plan for the morning was just to hang out at this cafe and just kind of like watch the spirits. So she's just going to grab another table and just sit down again.
Okay. I think I would sit right in front of her. I pull a seat at her table unwelcomed. Like, this isn't something that was like, oh, I'm sorry, could I sit here? I'm just going to pull a chair and sit down
You just do it. Okay.
and say, I'm curious, in reference to you.
You're saying curious to me?
Yes.
Like, hello? Why this, like, who are you?
I think I'd be more intrigued in knowing who you are. The fact that you had all
like
this
in
happen,
another life.
all this happened, you jog away only to come back to the same spot. That's curious indeed.
This is like my favorite cafe. Like, who are you?
My name's Charlie. I'm a character, I would suppose. I'm just a person that wanders from place to place. Nice to meet you.
Do you
I
have
don't
a
know if you
last
can
name?
like.
My last name is last name. I hope I just want it for the record. My last name is literally Charlie, last name.
Oh god.
Approaching your table pretty briskly is a younger woman, probably late 20s, early 30s ish. She has just a little bit above shoulder length jet black hair, and she's wearing a nice like dark blue suit pants and jacket. And she says, "Pardon me, I'm Detective Sommer, and I would like to question you three if you have a moment."
Wait, 3? I'm not over there yet.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Okay. I would like to question you too. One of the The women inside pointed to you two as having been involved in the altercation, and you're not in trouble or anything. This kind of thing really happens all the time in this part of town, but I would like to get a statement.
Fire away. Go ahead. I can't speak for this gentlewoman here, but I'm more than willing to answer any questions.
All right, I appreciate it. And before she even gets halfway through the next word, she kind of looks puzzled and pulls out her phone, which is vibrating with some type of alert. And she kind of squints at it and says, "Hospitalized, detect." Holy shit! Hold on, I gotta go. I'm sorry. Stay here. Someone else will talk to you. And
what's like going on? Like what's up?
Police business. And she goes and speaks quickly to someone else who comes over to the table, and she gets in her car, and her tires screech as she pulls out onto the road.
Is that a direct quote?
No, that's off record. That's Dominic actually trying to figure out what the fuck to do.
I thought maybe you're just still in pain.
No, that too. Okay, direct quote. You just like
because
he's still in the rest of the campaign. You're just gonna hear him gurgle every once in a while.
Yo, you have a fucking infirmary.
I choose not to go to the infirmary. I choose to go to instead.
The bald male officer comes over and asks you just to give a brief description of what happened. I'm not gonna make you do that unless you're gonna saying you're lying about something, but I assume you're both going to give kind of just a play-by-play of what happened. Kelsey, I'm assuming you're not stating about the spirit thing?
No,
Okay.
She's not going to say that.
I would make a request.
What's up?
That Kelsey narrate the recap of what happened.
Oh, God.
Yes.
How about you give us a little taste? I don't want a recap necessarily, but
yeah, we can have a few lines and just like
give me something.
maybe a line in the beginning, middle, and end.
So you said he threw someone out the window, and then what happened?
So he like threw someone like out the window, like
Yeah,
like gag me with a spoon. Like that's not like okay. So I was just like sitting in the booth, you know, just
sorry,
like
he did what with a spoon?
No, just gag me with this. No, it's like a phrase. Okay,
Is it?
Yeah, it's like a phrase.
Anyway,
okay,
he threw someone out the window.
Charlie will just walk away from the situation.
Someone out the window.
Hey, sir.
I'll point at the dead body and be like, "She did it. It's her fault." And just walk. Just continue to walk away.
Another officer comes in and kind of grabs you by the shoulder and says, "Sir, what was that? She did this?
It's her fault. Go for it." And then I'll just walk like just.
No, you can't go anywhere.
I'll give him my card with my number, and it's gonna say Charlie last name, and it's gonna have my number.
Charlie last name. Sir.
How many digits is your number?
1.
Is that also the number?
Yeah.
Sir,
you can't just accuse someone of murder and leave. That's not how.
Call me, and I'll just continue to walk out. And then I'm gonna try to tail this cop. I'm gonna try to tail this cop from wherever she's going.
She's in a car. Do you have a car?
No, I don't have a car, but I'm hoping to grab a taxi or something at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Well, this is for sure going to be
really
active
fast.
pressure.
Okay, let's see. And if not, then I'm gonna, explode. So 2d6. Let's get her done.
Give me some of that.
Oh, God, why is that a thing? Why?
Wait, hold on. +1, cool, so 5.
Hey, you get an experience point. Plus you're leveling up.
I don't want experience points. I want to live. Okay.
Oh, man. All right.
I'm literally sweating. I just hope you guys realize no 4-4s.
Okay. You get in a taxi. You know which hospital they're going to. But you do not know where the detective is going. Where were you going again? You're trying to trail Detective Sommer?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think I would use I would imagine that the guy that just got took out is the guy. I made that connection. So I'm going to try to go to the hospital that this guy was routed to. But on a roll of 5, I can't really hope for much more than, not dying.
You actually make it to the hospital pretty quickly, and you do spot the vehicle that Sommer was in the parking lot. She is no longer in it, but you are now at the hospital.
Okay. I can deal with that.
The move that I'm going to make is that the police are going to take Kelsey in for questioning because she was just accused of murder.
Oh, no, I meant the dead body. God. God, no.
I can't believe you've done this to me.
No.
Well, you shouldn't have talked like
hold
that.
on.
Who talks
What
like
do you
that?
mean?
Talk like a normal human being.
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean you meant the dead body?
Oh, wasn't there a dead body inside? Wasn't that the whole thing?
Yeah, and then you said she did it.
Yeah,
I just...
And then left.
That's a pretty clear murder accusation.
Kelsey, don't worry, they have my number.
Okay.
You're number 1?
No, it was 8. It was 8.
Y'all, this is so fucking good.
Okay, Kelsey, they're beginning to cuff you. Are you doing anything?
Okay, I see this happening, and I go over and I'm like, what are you doing to this poor girl? Like, what is going on?
Ma'am, you're going to need to stay away. This is a suspect in an ongoing case. I'm going to need you to...
Ongoing case? She just went through a traumatic experience. What are you doing? I'm pretty sure she's a minor.
Yeah.
I'm
17. I just saw someone die. You can't just cuff me.
Yeah, okay, there has to be some sort of process for this. You can't just...
Well, the process is we take people in and hold them and investigate the case. That's been the process for a long time.
Can you isn't it innocent until proven guilty? Just don't cuff me. Don't leave me here.
She's willing.
I'm 17.
Ma'am, we're not fully arresting you. We're putting you in holding until we sort out what's going on.
Can I call my sister?
You'll get a call when you get to the station. And
can I call her now?
No, you cannot call her now. And he turns to Jones and says, "We're actually going to need you to come in as well."
I mean, oh fuck.
Okay, I'd like to just mention that Charlie doesn't know why he's kind of chuckling, but he is, and it just it might be
Okay.
this isn't what he expected, but I would have rolled a 12 and wanted this to happen. So.
Oh my god.
32. You're wheeled into a hospital room. You're doing a lot better, but they're going to keep you overnight unless you protest. In the same room is the woman who is now waking up, and she's looking very confused. The last she remembers, as far as you can tell, is being on the street, leaving the scene.
Good morning.
Where are we?
Infirmary room 725. I don't know. Some hospital room.
She's kind of waking up a little bit more and actually sitting up, and she you notice her quickly raise her hand up to her neck and chest area and feel for her necklace, which is still on, and she looks relieved, and she says, are we free to go?
Free to go? Leave the hospital? I mean, no one really said anything, but, well, I guess I have some questions if you don't mind.
I'm gonna get ready to go, but you can ask me until I'm done. What's up?
Who are you?
She kind of grimaces as she sits up and begins to try to get out of bed. She's not in a good way after being sliced up with a butcher knife. And you now see a lump kind of forming on her head from 58 slamming into her to pick her up. She says, you can call me Francine. What's your name?
Oh, yeah, I'm, and then I, look from the corner of my eye, just look at my ID that I'm, pulling out of my pocket slightly, and I say, Salim.
Nice to meet you. I'm gonna get going. And
hold on.
A man wearing a long white kind of medical looking coat comes in with a clipboard and says, "Oh no. Look, Francine, is it we can't let you go. Not like this. That would be very dangerous to you. It'd be a huge liability to us. That's not going to work. I'm sorry." And Francine looks a little bit shaken, but she complies and sits down, although she does look quite unhappy.
Is the medical person still there?
Yeah. He's looking over the charts he has in his hand right now.
I say, as frustrating as it might be, I think I agree with him on this right now. We're both sort of not in the best shape.
No, that's for sure. You two are pretty banged up. It looks like you both are going to be fine. If you want my medical opinion, but we're definitely going to need to keep an eye on you, just at least for tonight, maybe more. You both took quite a beating. I'm sorry, by the way, about what happened. I'm glad you both are okay. You're in good hands now.
Thanks.
And the doctor goes over and grabs something out of one of the drawers next to you, 32, and says, "I'll be back in a few minutes. If you need anything, just press the button on the side of your bed, and someone will be in right away."
Yes, thank you. I'll do that.
And he leaves.
As soon as he leaves, I turn to Francine and I say, "There's something going on, isn't there? I mean, with that whole butcher situation. And, I mean, do you remember anything about what happened?"
I do. No, I don't remember anything.
That's very suspicious.
You're saying that you don't remember a butcher trying to slice you open and you just being terrified at a cafe and you almost getting hit by a car.
I vaguely remember someone attacking me, and that's all. I think I'm going to try and get some sleep, if that's okay with you.
Listen, you can do whatever you need to do. Just please take it easy on yourself. Like, last time you tried to walk out of a dicey situation, you almost got hit by a car. So just take some rest.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. And she closes her eyes, and you actually see her face kind of relax a little bit. It looks like she might actually be going to sleep when bounding into the room is 58. Who says,
Master 32, I have snuck in.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
I love him so much.
58, could you be a bit quieter?
Yes.
Sorry about him, Francine.
It's okay. Just then a nurse comes in and says, Francine, you have a visitor. She's in the lobby right now. She's on her way up. I hope that's okay. It's a let me see here. It's and she looks down at the little screen she's holding in her hand. She said it's a Detective Gina Sommer, and Francine looks kind of just exhausted, but she says, "Sure, yeah. Just if you don't mind, just have her wait outside for a few minutes. Just let me kind of calm down here. I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Also, nurse, if you wouldn't mind bringing me some ice, that'd be really great. Thank you." And the nurse kind of nods and says, "Okay, we'll be back in a minute." What was that?
When she says that she's feeling a bit overwhelmed, I go over, or I tell 58 to come over to me, and I sort of like place a hand on his arm, and I tell him, "Go sneak around the hospital and keep watch of the perimeter outside of the hospital."
Yes, Master 32.
And he walks out of the room again. This time, it's weirdly quiet.
Does that mean he looks like in the Elder Scrolls games when you crouch?
Yeah, it looks just like that, but it's giant robot man.
Just a very, very big man.
Uh-huh.
Good.
And As soon as 58 leaves, Francine swings her legs out of the bed and immediately begins to rummage through the drawers next to her, clearly getting ready to leave.
Where's Charlie at this point?
Whoa.
I don't know. Where did you go? We'll flash to you and then come
Didn't
back.
he try and get into the hospital?
I'm definitely following that fucking clumsy robot that's been clattering about this entire time.
Yeah, okay. I think since you are watching, you're on watch. Maybe you do see a giant robot.
No, I can
come
close
out
my
of it.
eyes and hear this guy like coming from a mile away.
I'm just
Okay.
picturing like, you know, like when you have high heels and they like click. I'm just picturing like clapping, like just like really loud, like tap
Stomping.
shoes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're following 58, and he turns and sees you and goes completely still, as if you haven't noticed him.
Okay, I already know what's going on, so I'm just gonna walk past him as if he was the stealthiest person alive, and just give him the satisfaction. Just
Okay.
Aw.
58 will remember this.
Yeah. You see 58 smile. So you're going into the hospital. Where are you going?
I'm definitely going to that room that 58 is going to. If I was able to trace that far, I think I would have to make a roll for that though.
As soon as you enter the hospital, you see that detective angrily mashing the up button in the elevator lobby, and checking her little kind of info screen that she has, the same one that you saw her read at the cafe.
Right.
And the elevator door opens and she gets in and immediately presses a button.
Okay. I'm gonna look to see what floor that elevator stops on and run up the stairs.
Ooh, okay. It stops on the 4th floor.
Okay, I definitely run up to the 4th floor.
Okay, we're gonna go back now. And Francine is she has her shoes on. She is still in her hospital gown, but she has her clothes thrown into a bag that she grabbed out of one of the closets. That's clearly a trash bag. What are you doing, 32?
I say, hey, didn't you hear the doctor? Like, come on, like, why do you need to leave so fast?
You know what? I'm feeling a lot better. I think I need to go home.
Listen, whatever stuff you're dealing with, however weird or freaky it might seem, tell me about it. You might be surprised.
Look, I'm getting the fuck out of here right now. You can come with me, or you can stay here, but either way, I'm leaving.
Well, where to?
I have a place. It's outside of here. I can talk to you on the way if you want, but we need to leave right now.
I'm already like sort of like slowly, painfully trying to get up, and I'm just like, come on, let's go.
She, as you're slowly getting out of bed, she kind of peeks her head out the door and says, "Oh, shit." She kind of glances around the room and she finds the remote to the TV hung up on her side of the room, and she quickly goes back to the door and hucks it as hard as she can across the hall, where you hear some glass break, and immediately some nurses kind of yell out for one another and begin to run over. And she says, "All right, it's go time. Let's go."
All right, smart, but okay. Also, kind of, yeah. Let's do it.
And she leads you out the hall and glances at a map before leading you down to a stairwell. And she opens the door, and I think she hears footsteps coming up the stairs at this point. And she immediately kind of grabs your hand and pulls you back down the hall towards a different stairwell. And I think we'll cut back to Charlie. You get up to the 4th floor. There's some chaos going on the other end of the hall, coming out of the elevator, or already out of the elevator, but still near the elevator, is the detective, who looks confused and is currently grabbing a nurse and asking what happened.
Can I, do I see anything else? Can I catch a glimpse of them?
32, how about you act under pressure? Does that seem fair? Trying
to
sneak
try
out?
to stealthily.
Yeah, roll that 4 for me, baby.
Let's do it. Ooh, act under pressure. So, 7 plus cool.
Yeah.
That is a 6, baby.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Mark that XP. I am literally okay. All right. I'm gonna try to fail one more time in this game.
Are you that close to leveling up?
We all are.
I failed so many times.
Oh, God.
Failure are the steps to success, as
Have
I
you-
say.
Have you rolled and not failed?
Once.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, once.
Okay.
Charlie, you catch just a glimpse of them as they go around a corner. And so do some nurses who look confused and kind of yell out that someone's trying to escape.
If I hear that, I'm going to go back down then. But before I do, then I'm going to... I'm just going to go back down the stairs after another gurgle.
Okay.
And see, I basically, I'm trying to catch up to them now. And if they're trying to escape, then I'm going to take my chances and think that they're going to go to the bottom of the building, because that'd be the most rational thing.
Sure, so like kind of out the entrance that you came in, you think? Like the
Yeah,
main
just down the
lobby
stairwell
area?
and try to catch them to see where they're going.
Okay. All right, yeah, you begin to head down the stairs. 32, Francine takes you down to the 3rd floor, where she quickly opens the door, and then almost immediately you hear fire alarms go off in the building. And within just a few seconds, there are people rushing down the stairwell with you, and there's a crowd of people exiting this hospital.
Ooh, I guess we're doing felonies now. Let's do it.
We're really getting into it with the law in this game.
Yeah, someone's doing a felony. Someone's being accused of a felony. We're good.
Innocent until proven guilty, or guilty until proven innocent. I had jury duty once. I can't remember how it was.
I think I just pause for a moment and my eyes sort of go wide, and I think I just make like a mental sort of like note about what happened, and then just sort of shake my head and continue to follow Francine.
But out of everyone here, I've only punched one of you in the face, and it's Dominic.
Yo, you know who I kicked in the face, and I feel bad, but also like proud, because it was a good hit. Nick.